You ever feel like something's off? Like your spirit is heavy, your peace is missing, your thoughts are cloudy. That 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 happens when you are spiritually clogged up. At my job, we deal with storage tanks and reactors and pipes and values and a lot of different things we deal with. And as I was at the job, we had a storage tank that was filled with water, right? So this is a storage tank, right? This is a storage tank, and this is the water. And the storage tank can only hold up about 25,000 kgs of water. This part right here, this is the pipeline, right? This is where we can open up the value and the product or water can shoot out of it and go inside of the dike. But as we was filling up the reactor with water, I went outside, I opened up the value. So these have a value. So this is like a value right here, right? This is the value. We open up the value, then the water comes out of here. The water comes out. The water comes out. So as I began to open up this value, the water would not come out. It would drip, but it would not fully come out. So as I began to check it, I realized that it was clogged up. So what we did was we had to connect a hole to it, send air to it, right? And begin to purge it out. So now we begin to purge it out. And as we are purging it out, the cloggedness is becoming to unclog. And as we purge it out, it shoots out more, it shoots out more, it shoots out more, it shoots out more, it shoots out more. It's becoming unclogged. This is what God wants to do in our life, right? He has a storage tank for us that is filled with our calling. But see, our pipeline, right here, our pipeline is too clogged up. It's too clogged. So if it's too clogged, how can we expect God to move in our life if we are spiritually clogged up? It's fascinating because I discovered this when I was fasting. I was a slave to my external vices. I was a slave to my sins. I was double minded, right? I was a womanizer. I act of infidelity. I was perplexed, confused, didn't know where to go. So I was like, you know what? I made up in my mind that I'm going to submit unto God wholeheartedly and trust his word, trust his manual, because it's full of principles, right? Principles are applied to our lives every day. That's why God said we can either bless ourselves or curse ourselves. We can either live by this principle or not live by this principle. It's up to you. Either it's going to work on you or it's going to work against you. You choose. So you know what? I fasted for 4 days. I did not consume no food, just water. And I discovered that you can hear God. He began to speak to you. Visions, ideas. You write them down. But see, we have to understand what is true fasting. What is biblical fasting? Biblical fasting is when you are absent from food. Now, I hear people all the time, oh, I'm going on a social media fast. I'm going on a TV fast. To me, that's not called fasting. That's just called you taking a break from something. True fasting is when you are absent from food and each day you are in your manual, which is your word. You are praying to God. You are seeking God and you are asking God to move in your life during this fast. Why? Because now that is a picture of you, right? Demonstrating to God that, hey, God, I love you so much that I'm willing to sacrifice food to draw near unto you. I'm willing to sacrifice food, Lord, to hear your voice. I'm willing to sacrifice food, Lord, for you to show me my vision. I'm willing to sacrifice food, Lord, to let my spiritual life grow, Lord. That is a picture of you demonstrating that to God, and he sees that. But how if we are clogged up? How can we expect God to pour out his flow if we are clogged up? No flow was coming out of this because it was clogged up. But as we begin to purge it out, clean it out, put air inside of it, right? It begins to it begins to unclog. Then more flow is able to come out. More flow is able to come out. I'm gonna read the passage to y'all, right? Let me see. I'm gonna read the passage to y'all. Excuse me. I'm gonna read a passage. It is not James. It is Matthew, chapter 17. I'm gonna start with verse 14, right? It says, when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man kneeling down to him and saying, my bad, excuse me. I'm gonna start with verse 13. Then the disciples understood that he spoken to them of John the Baptist. And when they were come to the multitude, the disciples, when they came to the multitude, there came a certain man kneeling down to him. So there's a man kneeling down to his disciples and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed, for oftentimes he falleth into the fire and oft into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. So it's a man kneeling down to Jesus' disciples. Heal my son, heal my son. He has a demon in him. He's sick. I'm coming to you to cure him. But the Bible, the manual literally said they could not cure him. Verse 17 said, Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and preserved generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him either to me. Verse 18 said, And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Verse 19 said, Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, Why could not we cast him out? Okay, so now they're asking Jesus, Lord, I seen you cast this demon out, but when we tried to cast him out, we couldn't cast him out. Jesus said unto them, Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to your yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Verse 21 says, Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. Fasting. That's how Jesus could cure the child, by prayer and fasting. The disciples couldn't do it because they was clogged up. See, when we are clogged up of food, grits, eggs, cheese, external vices, TV shows, movies, things that are not moving the needle in our life, that can hinder us. That can hinder our calling. That can hinder our purpose. That can hinder things that we are capable of doing, but we can't accomplish that because we are clogged up by external things. Read it. The disciples could not cure the child because they were clogged up. He said, but by prayer and fasting. By prayer and fasting. So I submit unto you, if you starve your flesh and feed your spirit, if you continue to feed your spirit more than your flesh, your spirit will overrule your flesh. Your spirit will overrule your flesh. The key The key to freedom is knowledge. How do I know that? Because God said it. He said his people will perish because of lack of ignorance. Ignorance means knowledge. So the key to freedom is knowledge. But the key to knowledge is truth. What's truth cannot be changed. But what is true can change. It's true that I got this blue shirt on, but if I go change it to a different color, it's not true. But it's truth that I was born in Germany. That cannot be changed. So the key to freedom is knowledge. The key to knowledge is truth. And the key to truth is the manual. It's the maker's mind. It's the Bible. It's God's mind. So we have to seek his Bible in order for us to get instructions, in order for us to do things that we can accomplish in life. But by prayer and fasting, we can achieve so many things. Fasting is vital. Fasting is essential for our spiritual walk. Fasting is essential for our purpose. Fasting is essential for us to get close to God. Fasting is essential for us to hear things for God. Fasting is essential for us to see our vision. Fasting is essential for us to write down our goals and dreams and things that we want to accomplish in life. Fasting is essential for our everyday life. It's a picture of you. It's a picture of you sacrificing food for the love of God, and God rewards that. And he goes on to say, don't be like the Pharisees. Whenever you fast, and you don't have to walk into the jobs or walk into your workplace and say, "Yeah, I'm on a fast. Hey, I'm on a fast." No. Don't do that. Because God said that what you do secretly, I will reward you publicly. This is what his Bible said. He said, don't be like the Pharisees. Don't be like them. Most of the time, when I used to fast, I used to be like, man, I'm on a fast right now. I'm on a fast. But no. The principle is that principles can either work against you or work for you. The principle is you fast. You don't tell people that you're fasting. You do it secretly so God can reward you publicly. He rewards you openly. So I submit to you, if you starve your flesh and feed your spirit, watch how your life shifts.